All right, guys, I want you to look into my VTuber eyes. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm disgusted because I just found something that scraped like 59,000 artists' work. This is Anima 2B. It says here artist-based styles 21,000, but that's the only ones they have generations for. You can go down here, you could see the person's username, and these are all stolen from danborou. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's a website where artists can post their stuff using tags. Every artist has been basically scrambled down to a style instead of a person now. You can just scroll back up here and type in somebody's name and check to see if their art is there. And then you can just go, oop, I just like that style, so I'm going to take it. So let's talk about it a little bit. This was created by someplace called Circlestone Labs. So I wanted to go over a little bit the explanation of their license because it's just stupid. It's just stupid. So right here, this guy, I don't give a shit what people say when these AI bros are like, oh, I just want to give it out to the community. No, you don't. You're fucking lying. Literally right here, it says, there have been questions about the license, not commercial use, restriction on the model itself so that I can make money by offering commercial licenses. That means he intends to take this and give it to other people to make money. I don't give a shit if he said it was for free because it's not free. Like it says right here, you may use output for commercial purposes, like using art for a video game or an asset or concept art for an anime series. But the thing is you don't realize what you've done by doing this. I know there's going to be somebody in my comment section talking about, well, artists don't own their styles. No, but they do own their brand, and their brand is their name. I mean, why do you think Midjourney is getting sued? Why do you think other places are getting sued? Because the name of the artist is the prompt. It's literally going to be competing with an artist specifically, one particular person, because you can only use it with one artist. And even if you mix it, you still have to put the artist's names in it. For example, there's these 4 artists here, the same prompt using different artist styles, and then someone mixed all their styles together and you come up with this. Now I'm gonna say, in my fucking opinion, these are AI as fuck. I don't know what people think that are gonna believe that this is like not some AI shit. Of course it's AI shit. And the guy who made it, his name is Theta Cursed. He's been posting this over on the Stable Diffusion subreddit for a minute now about how it was recently done. And that was like 3 days ago. And I just gotta go over this one thing that kind of pisses me off about this. So down here, someone suggests letting global favorites be a thing. And he goes, I appreciate the idea, but the global voting is too risky now. My project already got picked up by some hostile communities on Twitter, and they turned it into a target. If I added global favorites, it would be immediately review bombed and manipulated by people who want to see the project fail, as we fucking want to. Keeping it serverless and algorithmic. Unique rank is the only way to ensure the data stays objective. And there's a voice of reason right here. It says, you know, I feel terrible for artists. In their point of view, they're being targeted by software developers, which must feel cold and relentless in categorizing and breaking down the institution. No. I wouldn't call it the institution. It's you're breaking apart a person and making them into a tag, which is fucking disgusting. They're used to scummy, untalented people stealing and reselling the works, but not programmers. They don't understand programmers. They must not think like programmers. They must think programmers are like a disease with one goal. I mean, in my opinion, they are so far. If they're working with AI like this. And down here, this other person has a better, I feel like his opinion is, well, let's just read it, okay? This goes both ways. This kind of sentiment that usually gets downvoted to hell in this sub, exactly because people here don't care what happens to artists or about actual licensing works for AI, which would benefit both sides. All the programmers or, well, model trainers care about is getting fast and cheap replica of an artist's work / styles. It's easy to feel like you're doing nothing wrong when it's not your work that's being sampled. And how can it not feel targeted when your actual name / artist handle is being advertised for people to use? Plus there's stuff like this on the site's about page, trained off of millions of illustrations, over 800K high quality images. it moves beyond synthetic data to capture the soul of a genuine human creativity. Because nothing says soul like distilling a person's life work into a promptable data for the masses to bootleg for free without consent, and then asking for donation for such a service. Because I want to mention, he didn't only train off of just danborou. He wanted other stuff, and he trained off of stuff that came from DeviantArt. So it's like he knew what he was doing. Because this model says that basically this AI was specifically engineered to copy artists one for one. So in AI, there are weights, right? And these are the actual brain of the model. This means that developers didn't just show the AI. They specifically programmed the machine to associate this specific artist with this mathematical value. And this model uses score tags to determine how high quality the image looks. So if you use a high quality tag score 9 with an artist who has more of a sketchy or rough style, the AI gets confused and outputs a generic polished version. And sometimes there is, well, not sometimes, but recently they stripped the metadata of some of these images so you can't tell what the prompt was and who the artist was. And they're doing this so that the developers are making it harder for artists to see how their names are being manipulated. Trying to hide receipts is, oh God, it's just so them. It's so, the thing is they always talk about artists being very gatekeepy, and I like gatekeeping ourselves, gatekeeping our artwork from them, but they take our artwork and then they're like, you know what? We're going to gatekeep that shit. Only because we don't want to get in trouble or anything. Because they already know that they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. I wanted to show you guys something right here where they're actually talking about how to steal somebody's work even more through just the prompts. And it says right here, feels like some styles just don't work without quality tags. Example, Mogodan and this one and this one and this one. It looks so wrong. It's impossible to guess at a glance, but when used in an actual workflow, the result is similar to the original. And then someone replied with, some art styles aren't inherently rough. Some art styles are inherently rough and not the most aesthetically pleasing by default. Even a simple quality tag can do a lot. There's also a reverse side to it. Sketches and line art are very similar. If you prompt for line art centric artists with a lot of quality tags, you might end up with a diluted version. So it's all testing what quality works best. And in my experience, for testing purposes, without quality tags, except high res is best. For production or actual generation, I'd actually recommend score 6 or score 7, not too strong, but good enough to make things just right. It is kind of weird to me because all of these anime models kind of stem back to the Novel AI leak that happened back in 2023, I think. So it's all just plagiarism on top of plagiarism. But I did also want to mention that I'm going to leave a link below, but if you are one of the artists mentioned in that list, if you don't have a lot of works on there, I personally wouldn't worry too much about it. It'll be hard to capture your style, but if you have a lot, oh man, the right amount is usually like over 100. Now I was gonna personally try this, but I didn't know how you guys would feel about that. Okay, so the reason why I didn't want to show this on my own, because I did download Comfy UI, and I downloaded it because I needed it for another video. So I kind of understand how this would work and how to go about it. But I don't know, man. There's something about generating somebody else's work that I just don't feel comfortable doing. So that's why I found examples, and I kind of want to go over those examples. So I wanted to talk about the artist Nixu because they're kind of famous and have a big following. This is an AI gen of their work right here. This one that you see right here. So I wanted to go over and look at their real art, and let's see what I think about this. So this is Nixu's real art. This is their real style. Now, do I believe that this and this are the same? So let's look at the style, right? Let's look. So already, I mean, you can already tell that it's kind of AI, because like you can just tell. It's a very AI-ified. So I believe this is the closest piece that I would feel like belongs to her, where it has similar to the other one. All right, so what I'm seeing here is that this is gonna sound weird, but it's a little fluffy. It's a little fluffy. I can tell that they use the lasso tool to make some of their shapes here, and I would say they do a lot of stuff here with the eyes too. I'm sure that the version that they own personally that's on Patreon is way better because you could see more. But the highlight, they're clearly using, I wonder if they use Procreate or not, because I feel like I might have these brushes or something. So when I look at this, does that feel like this? I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. Because I feel like this person here, like, even if they only use one artist prompt, yes, it's a painterly prompt. Yes, it has some of this up here, but this is all over the fucking place. It's also using, like, you know how artists sometimes use the rake brush? It looks like this is trying to add that in, because some artists that are prolific like to use the rake brush, but this is a hot mess. This feels messy to me. I feel like the faces aren't the same. Like, I feel like even the lips, like the makeup-ish look is very soft and smooth, and this feels very like strong, like this person put strong makeup on it. And even though they showed the prompt and the prompt wasn't that specific, it didn't include makeup in the prompt, but it still added this. And I think that from what I was looking at, I feel like a lot of these are AI-ified. Like, there's too much AI in it, and it can look similar. Now there's going to be another one, and we're going to look at that one, and that one feels a little bit more, it's more. So one of the artists taken was Mary Kuhn. I don't even know how to say it. Mari. We're going to call her Mari. Okay, we're going to call her Mari. So I'm sure some of you guys are very familiar with her style. I see her shorts from time to time. I think that she has the cutest style, and she's so positive, and her name is actually on the list. Now the thing is her name is not on that Anima 2B site because it hasn't been generated, but it is in the list. And here is the list. This has 59,676 people on it. Well, artists on it. And I personally think that of all the ways to get like something to happen AI with the quartz, it's probably with this model, because it's literally targeting people. And I know that AI bros are going to be in my comments maybe saying, well, you posted it on the internet, so you can just have it. Now, so go fuck yourself. And you can just, I'm sure that I can find this girl on here, so hold on. All right, let's type her name up. Mari Q. There she is right there, right? So she's artist 34,122. You know, oh, that's so nice that they gave her a number. Like, and don't worry, I'll put this in the link below so you guys can, well, I'll put this in the description so you guys can look for yourselves. So somebody sent me this. Someone that does AI sent me this, and this is emulating her style, Mari's style. And in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion, I feel that if you were to put these works next to her works, I would find it difficult to believe they were by the same person, if not because there's just some things that make me not feel this is right. I know that it's got like, so it does have some of her hallmarks, right? And that's kind of the thing that us artists need. So I do want to implore you, if you have not used glaze, please start using it. And I know some people are like, well, glaze doesn't work and there's ways around it. Don't tell anybody you're doing it. Just do it. Okay? Just do it. Please do it. Okay? I know that there's stuff about other ways to remove it, but if people don't know that you've done it, then maybe that'll help you out, okay? Because the more you guys do it, or ask people to do it for you, or just upload low res of your art. Don't upload nice stuff. You know, make it shitty. Make it so it's not worth taking. Anyway, so it does this. So she has this thing. So we're gonna look at her style real quick. So Mari has this thing right here. Do you see this line? This line and this dot? It has the line and the dot, right? Look, the line and the dot. It is also copying how she does this little thing in the eyes. See this here? It's also copying that, but I don't feel that it is copying her really good line work. It's not tight. Like, the thing about her style is a very, like, I'm not insulting it, okay? Just I'm going to try to use words here. It's very simple in the way that it's like perfect, right? It feels like a perfect image to me. The line art is crisp and clean. The colors are set exactly how they should be. There's no muddiness, right? There's no, like, these hands are bad. Like, she would never make these type of lines. Like, this skirt is bad. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that I know that this artist would not let go. Like, see how this line goes here and it's missing, or things like this bow up here looks a little tacky, or like, see how it goes from here to pink, and things that just would be off, right? So now we're getting to the point where I feel in my heart that AI still has not found a way to capture a person's style perfectly, because there's AI isms in it. I don't know if it ever will. People keep on saying that, wait. And I'm like, okay, well, it's been a while now. And the only one that I saw that was even close was Ross Draws. And even then, I might assume that those, if someone used that, but the thing is no one's pretending to be Ross Draws, and nobody is selling that work that looks like his as his. And I'm not saying that it's not harming him, okay? I'm not saying it wouldn't harm him if one person was doing it and making money off of it, right? But in general, I'm saying that, like, this chibified art, if I saw it, I would never believe that she did it. That she did this. Like, what I see here, I could not see something looking, this is not tacky. This is cute, okay? It's just, her art is just, I wish I had more words to describe what I'm seeing here so that I can convey it to you, because she said it in one of her own videos. But in general, this cannot be this. It's not the same. It's just similar. Like, even the face shape is similar. So it would be like, if it's your favorite artist, or if you believe somebody is using this, I would say go look at your favorite artist and then go look back at the image that they're trying to sell you. Does that image look like the original artist? I don't believe so. Me personally, I don't think so. And especially since you need 100 images to even make it work, it's just going to kind of look like shit. Like, I saw, who was it? So this person's work, right? I was looking at this person's artwork right here. Say, we're just going to call them Say for now. They have a very interesting style. It's very cool. Like, their art is just very interesting. It's very old looking. I don't know how I would describe it, but I know it's from, they have a, what is it called? It says with a U or something. It's like something inspired. Ukiyo ukiyo-e style. Okay, that's the old Japanese style thing. That's their inspired work. You can see right here, this is an example of like a girl drawn in his style or their style. I don't know. Here's another piece, very unique, super cool. So I'm going to show you the Anima 2B generation. Bruh, what is this? What is this? This is the ugliest shit I have ever fucking seen. Now, I went and I looked him up over on like danborou, and he didn't really have that many pieces. So this looks like straight up ass. This is straight up ass. If someone wanted some uniqueness, I mean, I guess you're trying to put ugly out there. And you know what it looks like? It kind of looks like a man, and I don't know how to explain it, because the chest, the upper top is so wide and so weird. It looks like a dress was put on it. Like, it looks like a dress was put on a muscular man, and then they, you know, like that one guy who likes to dress up as a girl that has a Russian accent. It's like that. It's like that, where it's like trying to hide that it's a muscular man underneath. It's that. That's what it's giving. So I brought this up for a few reasons. One of the reasons is it's kind of been conveyed online that there is probably a way to sue this guy and make it so this model can be taken down. Now, even though it won't be removed from the internet forever, him making money off of it would probably not be a thing. And this might, maybe it could go to court if enough artists feel empowered that are listed here. But I know a lot of artists now are very negative or feel very emotionless about this because they've been attacked so many times now. Because it feels, this is what I believe. I believe that artists are technically being cyberbullied by AI programmers, AI researchers, and AI bros because they're just, I want to make the anime girl corn, right? So the reason why I believe that this could lead to a court case is because it has a style explorer which include names that are this kind of stuff is actively being used in active lawsuits. Because in the kind of the legal landscape of things, it's shifted from can AI learn to is specific style targeting learning illegal, you know? So is making a lore illegal? And personally, I believe it is because it is styled upon the name of the person. And like, this is like a brand thing. Like, I know that people are going to say style is not a thing. And that's true because there's so many styles, right? You can copy any style. But the thing is that when artists are looking to get inspired by somebody, or they are inspired by many artists, a lot of artists will tell you that you need more than one inspiration because you don't want to copy your favorite artist and just be them. You're not making your own, right? So over time, artists also change and they improve. So, you know, I have art from when I was, let's say, when I was 16, I was doing Sonic stuff. And now I don't do the Sonic stuff unless somebody really asks for it. You know, if somebody came to me and they wanted me to draw them some Sonic something, I would do it. But it's finding yourself, and these AI bros who do this always have the intentions on selling the product. And that's why I feel that every person who uses AI to generate images based off of other artists' work, using the tags and the loras, I feel they are very disingenuous because a lot of them do sell Patreons using artists' work. Because essentially you're kind of making the artist work for free. Do you guys kind of understand what I mean when I say that? So let's say I were to grab, I know I always go back to I'll use Sam Does Art in this example because he was technically cyberbullied a few years ago. Let's say I take a Laura of Sam Does Art, right? And the one that was the best one that was made by Civet AI. I use that and I make a bunch of work, and then I go online and I find a bunch of images and do image to image transfer and make a bunch of stuff and start selling it, right? All I have to do is type Sam Does Art inspired work and leave everything else out and then start selling stuff. And now I am actually selling stuff in his style, competing directly with his name. That's crazy. So how does this connect to lawsuits, right? Now I know I went on a little tangent, but it was important. So do you guys remember Anderson versus Stability AI? Well, it's a class action lawsuit, and a majority part of their own argument was that AI companies derived the names and styles of artists to build their products, which is true. So if you want to go there, you could technically say the Style Explorer is a list of potential plaintiffs. By publishing that develops the Circlestone Labs from Anima 2B have handed legal teams like 60,000 artists on a spreadsheet. And on top of that, there could be like DCMA kind of thing for the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. By stripping the artist's name or the metadata from an image that they use to train is specific legal claim being tested in court right now. I mean, why did they strip it? Because removing an artist's name from their work is how you hide that you used it. It's a huge legal no-no. This is them trying to cover their tracks. And on top of that, there's the right of publicity. The right of publicity. Oh my God, I cannot say it. The right of publicity. California and Tennessee have strengthened some laws towards unauthorized use of a person's name or likeness. And since Anima 2B uses an @ tag system, specifically invoking a human's name as a tool it could be a case of also identity theft. I'm not saying, I am not a lawyer, okay? I've just looked at some laws online, and I'm saying that there is some legalese that could happen if enough artists want to fight back. Because they didn't give permission for their name to be used in that software or hardware, whatever you want to call it, that model. And I feel that because they like to say, you know what, I'm going to go straight to their site because I want to have like an example of this existing. I'm just going to reread it because I feel like it needs to be on here for you guys. Powered by Anima 2B and danborou. The Anima 2B model represents a breakthrough in high-fidelity anime and artistic generation. Trained on millions of illustrations and over 800K high-quality images, it moves beyond synthetic data to capture the soul of genuine human creativity. By utilizing danborou-based tagging, Anima allows for surgical precision of style application. Anima 2B Style Explorer organizes these tags into intuitive interface, making it the premier resource for artists, hobbyists, and AI researchers using Stable Diffusion and Comfy UI. I don't know why a single fucking artist would be using this. Why use Anima 2B Style Explorer in the world of AI generation? Knowing the right token is half the battle. Understanding that token influences the final image and what separates the good prompt from a masterpiece. To me, they've basically confessed that by using no synthetic data, they have already admitted that every single dollar of value this model generates was extracted directly from artists. It's 100% human sourced because they cannot claim that it came from another model. They admitted that it came from 100% human artists. And because they had plausible deniability before, where they could just say whatever, and to a judge, the idea that an AI could just have gotten a similar output through coincidence is conceivably true, because there isn't any direct evidence of a connection or of intent. But Anima is one of the models to not only have those connections, but to have so many of them easily provable, but also the artist tags only work if prebended by an @ danborou doesn't do that itself either, because they don't @ their users. So this is specific to Anima 2B's system. So what can we do and what can be done? Well, there's this site right here. If you're in here, you know what, I'm just going to check. While we're here, let's check myself. Well, we already know ain't nobody going to train off my ugly shit. Now, I would suggest anyone look this over because 60,000 is a lot. And they took from a lot of different people. And I'm not going to show the quote retweets because I just don't want the person in question who made the original post doesn't want to be linked. So there's a lot of artists who found themselves on there. And who knows, maybe you can find yourself on here. So there's also a Twitter that I'm going to suggest you guys follow. I want you guys to follow this account. I'm going to follow it right now. They're going to be making updates about this situation. And I feel that this is about spreading awareness about this. Now, I know other people are going to do videos about this, but I kind of wanted to go a little bit deeper about my opinions and my thoughts about this. And I think that if you guys care about other artists, I think that you guys should really get on board, maybe follow this account for now, because the more people give this attention, maybe something will happen with it. You know, don't be that person that decides, you know what, it doesn't need to be me. You know what, it needs to be everybody, because nothing was ever done for sitting around. So on top of that, I think that if you have a website, maybe use a Roblox TXT. Definitely do not put high res anything online anymore. Low res as fuck. Tiny. No one needs to see it full res. Why do they need to see it full res for? You can't click on it anyway. On Instagram, you can't click on it anyway. Make it the smallest size you can possibly make it. 300 by 400. Ain't nobody need to see the details. They can go on your Patreon, or they can go wherever. Speaking of Patreons, I have one. And you guys should go over there because it's cool. And I put my art, my full res art behind there, and I put my stories behind there. And you guys should definitely go over there because that would be super cool. And you can get your name at the end of the videos. So how about that? So I'm going to take this last little part to ask you guys if you could maybe type something, ask me a question or something. Maybe just say hi to me because you haven't seen me this week. Or if you like Resident Evil 9, let me know what you thought about it. There's I would like this to get through the algorithm and for people to bring this video up. I know other people will be doing one too, but it'd be really cool if you guys could get this out there. A lot of artists need to see this, and yeah. Or if you just want to post an emoji, I don't know, man. Post a skull because you're tired of this shit. Okay, everyone, I will see you in my next video. Bye.